Chinese President Xi Jinping called for joint efforts in battling climate change as world leaders gathered for an online summit Thursday. The event is seen as an important juncture in the global climate political process before the 26th UN Climate Change Conference postponed last year takes place in November.
We need to work on the basis of international law, follow the principle of equity and justice, and focus on effective actions. We need to uphold the UN-centered international system. We need to comply with the UN framework on climate change and the Paris Agreement, and strive to deliver on the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals.
Xi reaffirmed that China will live up to its carbon emission targets to hit peak by 2030 and achieve neutrality by 2060. This is after the country fulfilled its 2020 target ahead of schedule. And Xi pledged to rein in coal.
Support is being given to pioneers from localities, sectors, and companies. China will strictly control coal-fired power generation projects and strictly limit the increase in coal consumption over the 14th five-year plan period and phase it down in the 15th five-year plan period. We support COP26 in achieving positive outcomes.
The US-led summit also comes as Beijing and Washington have agreed to work together toward concrete actions in climate governance, the result of talks between US climate envoy John Kerry and his Chinese counterpart Xie Zhenhua.
We will continue to have dialogue and exchanges in 8 key areas: decarbonization in industrial and power sectors, development of renewable energy, green and climate-resilient agriculture, energy-saving buildings, green and low-carbon transportation, cooperation on methane and other non-carbon dioxide greenhouse gas emissions, cooperation on emissions from international aviation and maritime activities, and other recent measures, like reducing coal and gas emissions.
President Xi called on developed countries to support developing countries. As he told European leaders last week, climate change is a common cause of all mankind and shouldn't be a geopolitical bargaining chip. As the world's largest developing country, China is pledging to achieve benchmark goals in a much shorter time frame than most developed countries. China's 3060 goal poses a major challenge for one of the world's biggest greenhouse gas emitters, but the Chinese president sees it also as a chance to upgrade the economy and a foundation for a sustainable future. Feng Yilei, CGTN, Beijing.